Lions have made their cuts. We're going to go over the Lions' 53-man roster, the initial 53-man roster that they laid out as the Lions prepare for the Green Bay Packers Week 1. Now, we're going to break it all down from offense to defense and give you my thoughts. Again, I just want to reiterate, this is the initial 53-man roster, and they could swingle the bottom of the roster as they continue to turn every rock. That's what Brad Holmes does. So without further ado, let's go. We jump into it. Let's start with the offense here. And we got our quarterbacks here, Kyle Allen and Jared Goff. This one was known by yesterday as Hendon Hooker was released. So as he's released, he's going on a different venture from this football team. Kyle Allen, in my opinion, won the backup quarterback job, not just versus Hendon Hooker, but for others. I thought he did a pretty good job in his development from the Hall of Fame game all the way to the Texans game. I thought was pretty good. I thought he progressed well. You know, the initial Hall of Fame game, he was throwing some bad passes. The balls were not placed right. He was doing that over-the-shoulder passes, looking good, confident in the pocket. So I am comfortable with him being the Lions' backup quarterback. So I don't believe that the Detroit Lions are going to go ahead and select a quarterback that is released from another roster unless something crazy happens, a player that you wouldn't expect to get released. Teams are releasing other players, but I would expect at this point that Kyle Allen will be the backup now and the foreseeable future. Now, this is the initial 53-man roster, so I want you guys to name a player you want the Detroit Lions to sign. Maybe there's a free agent out there. Name a player you want them to go ahead and snag. Let's continue on and get to the running backs. This one is really easy here. Lions going 1, 2, 3, 4. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, and Vaki. Now, Jacob Sailors was in the mix for that RB4/RB3, whatever you want to put it in there. I thought versus Craig Reynolds. But they went with Craig Reynolds, and I'm fine with it. We like Craig Reynolds. He's good at everything. Jacob Sailors, I hope he makes the practice squad. He showed a lot. Great burst when he got the ball. I don't know if that's going to be the case because he looked well. And there's teams out there that need running backs. They need the depth at the running back position. So I don't know if we're going to be able to keep Sailors on the practice squad. But everybody, put your fingers crossed for this guy. He's done really well. Let's get into the tight end position. Self-explanatory. There was no competition, really. When they started training camp, Kenny Yabua went down shortly after, and it's been Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, and Shane Zylstra. Those tight ends has been our tight ends for years now, and it's going to be our tight ends for 2025 and going forward. I trust all three. Shane Zylstra is fine tight end in regards to catching the football. I have no issue from this position. This one was always going to be kind of exactly what we see. The tackle position we have to talk about here, and we got Penei Sewell, Taylor Decker, Jamarco Jones, and Giovanni Manu. That is our tackles. Now, you see Dan Skipper crossed off there. He was released. And it definitely was a little bit of a shocker considering the depth all around of the offensive line. And I thought for a tackle, he had the trust of everybody, but he was practicing rounds here. But is this just a situation where they are messing with the roster just to get, certain players in that's on some IR, and then they'll bring him back? That's very possible. But we don't know at this moment right now, so we just know that he has been released. So we'll see what happens there. I do like Skip. I like for him to come back. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Let's go ahead and continue on with the guard position. That's important for our beloved Detroit Lions. And we got Christian Mahogany, center Graham Glasgow, left guard 3 or 2, what do you want to put it? Kayuda Iwasika, Tate Ratledge, Kingsley Aguakin, backup center, and Miles Frazier on the PUP list. Not much of a surprise here. We had linemen on the interior, like Colby Sorsdale, went down in training camp, so that pretty much secured Kingsley Aguakin's spot on the roster because we need to have that backup center. Our other backup center went down too, and then Sorsdale was a guard, and they play tackle, so there's been some injuries. But that's what I have for the Lions' position of guard. You look at the Lions' offense as a whole, and it is awesome right now. Skill position is ridiculous with St. Brown, Jamison Williams, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Jared Goff, our quarterback. Our offensive line, that's something that we're waiting to see how well it performs. I do love Mahogany, and Tate Ratledge has shown a lot. Graham Glasgow, we'll see what he can do, going forward. Grade the Lions' 53-man roster, A, B, C, D, or F. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue on here, talk about the interior of the defensive line. We have Lee McNeil. Now, remember, he is injured. He'll come back eventually, but I didn't want to move him on this thing. I just wanted to put him on here. So you got Lee McNeil, but DJ Reader will start it out. Tyleek Williams, Pat O'Connor, and Roy Lopez, and Mekhi Wingo. Broderick Martin Lyons, former third-round pick, and Miles Adams released from the roster. I knew Broderick wasn't making this team. I was told that last year. His lack of development was concerning. It was concerning. And so they released him. And I thought he played a little bit better in the final 2 preseason games, but not enough to warrant on the roster. When Lee McNeil does come back, this is going to be great. Interior defensive line. Let's get to the pass rushers here. The edge position is where we have some interesting stuff taking place here, folks. We have 3 edges on the team right now. They released, with an injury settlement, Ahmed Hassani. Now, he could return after the settlement period, but he has been released. Lions only have 3 edges on the roster. 3. There's going to be some swinging, wheeling, and dealing to get some edges on this bad boy. Now, I've been talking about this. Could Zadarius Smith come on in now? We're not at, we're at the 50 right now. We got 50 players, not really 53. Could the Lions be looking for some more edges? And I know so many fans are going to be mad about the Hassanin cut. And he can get picked, or he could go to another team on waivers. But remember, it could be a backhanded shake deal, whatever you want to call it. But the Lions, they got 3 edges on the roster at this moment. It is great. The Lions got great linebackers here. Alex Anzalone, Jack Campbell, Derek Barnes, Grant Stewart, Trevor Nowaski, and Zach Cunningham. It warrants bringing on 6 linebackers. Definitely warrants it. 100%. They all played good. Grant Stewart played great. Zach Cunningham played great. Nowaski played pretty good. Lions got great depth in the middle of this defense. They have amazing depth. Just amazing depth. And it's great to see that that's exactly what's taking place right now. The Lions built quality depth at linebacker. And if you look so far at the defense, it's promising. Promising by saying, wow, it's looking pretty good. It's definitely looking good. Now we're going to get into the defensive backs here. Again, I put cornerback, safety. Just put defensive backs. Some of these guys maybe we place at the safety position, some may not. Well, we're going to start with the cornerback. Either way, it's all 6 of these guys are going to be on the team. DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin, and Khalil Dorsey. That's pretty good depth, I feel, at the cornerback position. I think it's pretty good. I like it right there. Rock Ya-Sin really made it better when we lost Ennis Rakestraw for the year. He is coming in here and being a physical cornerback for the Lions, and that helps. And they like Khalil Dorsey. His is more, can he stay healthy, right? That's his thing. Can he stay healthy? But the Lions guy, they could move another spot here. This is another position. Maybe they want to use the back end, but right now that's the initial one. So rate the initial 53-man roster. 1 if you think it's butt cheeks. 10 if you think it's the best roster. Let me know your number in the comments. Back to the defensive backs here. Lauren Strickland, gone. Maurice Norris, gone. Eric Hallett. Right now, they have 3. Now, again, you have players like Rocky Sin who can play safety as well. And remember, we're at the full 53 right now. They're still going to probably look for some players. But Strickland, Norris, and Hallett gone. I know there was some issues with the backup at that one safety. We spoke about it. And the Lions are looking elsewhere at this point to get that help. They want to have the best 53, so I wonder who they're going to bring in with some of these spots that we have big gaping holes, like edge right now, right? We have a big hole right there. So it'll be really interesting to see exactly how this plays out for this position. And since we only got 50, how it goes forward. Special teams. Not much to talk about. There was 0 competition when it started, and there's 0 competition when I hit this next slide. Hogan Hatton, Jake Bates, Jack Fox. Long snapper, kicker, punter. Our special teams unit is great. Jake Bates kicks long kicks that can go to the other side of Lake Michigan. Jack the Boat Fox, he can kick to the moon. And Hogan Hatton, hey, he's Hogan Hatton, so he's good to go there. Thoughts on the Lions 53-man roster? This is a hard roster to get. The biggest surprise was the Dan Skipper one, but that could be a roster maneuver. Just occurred, right? This is something that's happened before. So in the next couple days, you'll see some different transactions on the Lions 53-man roster. So don't get caught up on the last couple of players because they do switch a little bit. Give me your thoughts in the Lions 53-man roster in the comments below. With that said, folks, adios.